Relocation Football League fans, you already know what time it is yet again. The illest show on turf at the biggest stage in time. You already know the RFL remains undefeated in simulation football. So who will hold it down and carry the torch in this new era? Season 9 has been immaculate. New pathways have been forged. New elites have surfaced. Old legacies have been upheld, while old storylines have been battle-tested in the fire. But who will win gold? Who will pioneer new beginnings, pun intended? Is there a champion worthy of upholding greatness here in this thing of ours? Will it be an ARC champion or an NRC champion? Will it be Keys and Dorados, Condors or Diablos, or maybe the Snowhawks finally land their flight to destiny? Will Coach Woods roll the Dillos into their first Reload Bowl? Or will a formidable foe slowly arise from the depths commanding all of the smoke? Who will control the Reloverse? Fire up the grill, open up the snacks, take the tarp off the pool, and dive into greatness here in the Relocation Football League, where you can't stop greatness. Will you be great?
Madden football brings you the divisional.
Oh man, forgot to turn the commentators off. But what's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty here, and I'll go ahead and get into the commentary. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn those guys off. But guys, see it, Hogs and Red Dragons. I'll dive more into it when they finally get these guys turned off.
Battle on tap, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team.
Good thing we got clear skies here.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
Nobody wants to hear you guys.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
On the other side of the field for our visitors
Nothing more
here.
frustrating
Well,
than
down
when
on the
you
field, they're all thinking the same thing that they do every week, Charles. All the way.
You forget that one thing to change. But we're still going to carry the energy, man. Get these guys out of here, man. Save them for premiere days. Everything else should be good, though. But just to pick back up where we should have started off in this game, welcome to the second divisional game of the Relocation Football League Season 9, as we have the number 3 ranked Red Dragons hosting the number 4 ranked Cincinnati Hogs, and to see who will be the first team to clinch an ARC championship spot. Both of these teams have made it to a conference championship game before. Red Dragons, every year they've made one, they have won the Reload Bowl. And as for the Hogs, they've went once, which was in the first ever season, but got bounced out. But with that being said, let me know in the chat you guys got. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this thing set up with the Super Sim, slowing this thing down, playing this game out the way only we know how. That being said, it's time to officially get this game underway. Ball on the tee, but not for long, as the Red Dragons will start out with the ball first from the 5-yard line, and the return will end at the 26, as coming out onto the field, there could be Season 9 MVP, or would be, most people are saying, Anthony Savoy. What a season. 4,389 passing yards, 28 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. That's not including the 10 rushing touchdowns he had on the season. The kid was absolutely phenomenal. And they are going to start out looking to pass, as the throw is made, and a big play off rip. Welcome back into the lineup, Obey Kid. And this is exactly why the Red Dragons really wanted to make sure they advanced on to the next round, because Obey Kid was injured for quite some time, could not come back and play until this game, and now they got their top receiver in the lineup. In the very first play, they go to him for a huge gain, and it's 1st and 10 against one of the league's top defenses. You look at this defense, this is the 3rd best defense in the RFL overall. There's a dump off, catch is made. DJ Scott wrapped up, but not until a 4-yard gain. There's going to be an injury loss to their best offensive lineman and DeMarcus DeGreat. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6. 4-man rush. Savoy throws underneath, and right now they are absolutely picking apart this Hogs defense with these crossing routes. 1st down and goal at the 7. Starting out with a strong passing attack. Savoy throwing the flats, and immediately tackled is Scott, as he will lose a yard. Last time these guys played was back in week 7, where it was a low-scoring affair. Neither team scored 20 points. The Red Dragons came out on top of that one in Cincinnati with a final score of 19-13. Here's some pressure, and nearly sacked as he gets it off. And Cincinnati Hogs looking to try to return the favor in the biggest moment of the season, which is the playoffs. Right now, the defense trying their best to get a stop here. Anthony Savoy throws. It is ruled incomplete. We'll see if this gets challenged. I think he might have had a foot down. I'm not sure, but it's 4th and goal for now. No challenge. And so it will be a field goal attempt for San Diego for the game's first points, and it is good. Chip shot from the right hash. As a score here, 3-0. Jai knocks it through. And here goes the kickoff. As they'll field this one from about the 6. Turning straight down the middle of the field. Explosive one as he'll get to the 31. And this will be our first look at the rookie out of Oregon, who has been able to get his team here in the 2nd round of the playoffs. It is Ronnie Shanahan. Of course, he struggled big time with his interceptions and turnovers, but as of late, he has taken care of the football. Now has a chance to potentially take a lead here on this opening drive if he can find that consistency. But the big story here of this offense is the run game with Jacob Haynes, who rips off a huge run, but there is a flag. I think it's coming back. Wow. Holding on the offense. Connor Hawk, completely unnecessary there. He's on the whole other side of the field. And they just nullify a huge run play to start this game. As they go play action off of it, shoots down the middle of the field, and it is intercepted by Le'Veon Henry. Down at midfield as the shot does not work out, and that's interception number 17 of the season for Shanahan. And just not the play to go to against this defense. They had a similar interception with Zion Waddles literally in the wild card round. Or they tried to play action, tried to go over the top just like that, and it got picked off in the exact same fashion. This time it's Henry. And it's just nothing but momentum right now for San Diego. You never want to see a Red Dragons team like this in the playoffs. Every year they've been hot. These guys have been able to pull away with a reload ball, and look at this cutback. DJ Scott rips off 12 yards and a 1st down. And he is definitely a huge reason for their success. He just balances this offense out. Running the ball, of course passing it. There's a throw, catch is made on the left side of the field, and that is going to be a 7-yard gain to make it 2nd and 3. And a handoff. Blown up here, they'll have him in the backfield for a loss of a yard. Big 3rd down here. They're trying to get that pass rush through. DeMarcus DeGreat is checked back in. on that line, which is huge. Throws on the move, and he cannot, well, they'll say he made the catch. The second there thought he was out of bounds, but he must have dragged a foot. Let's get a look at this again. Anthony Savoy throws a nice sideline ball here. Yeah, he's able to quickly tap the 2 feet down while he stepped out. And so that is a huge laser to move the chains. It's not often you see teams making this defense look like this. Throws, catch is made, and McIntosh will have a first down working on Anthony Washington. Big time play. Shotgun as Savoy. He's got a bunch look to his left. Fires, and it's a wide open tight end, and Tyler Henderson. Touchdown, Dragons. Middle of the field just wide open here. He had options all day. Henderson's furthest up the field, straight to the end zone, and the Red Dragons are not playing around here. This, again, is a top 3 defense, ranked 3rd amongst the league, 7th against the pass, 11th against the run. And the Red Dragons are just literally doing whatever they want. 6 plays, 52 yards after they got the turnover. The defense of the Red Dragons has just been huge. They're ranked 8th. These are 2 top 10 defenses going at it, where it looks like the better offense more than likely is going to come out on top. And right now, definitely appears to be the Red Dragons. We're talking about the offense in general between these 2 squads. The Hogs this season ranked literally almost dead last, 31st best offense, or say worst offense in the league. Dead last in passing, 3rd in rushing. So that's saying a lot. They will run the football here, and they're going to need a lot of that from Haynes. Yeah, they tried to take the top off this defense. That just did not work out at all. Don't want to go to that well too often. Play action again. He will fire, and a good ball by Shanahan, able to find Shropshire on the left sideline for the first down. That is their first down of the night. Shanahan having a little bit of pressure in his face, but didn't matter. Able to put it right where it needed to be, as they will move the chains. They look to pass, fires, and they've got a wide open target in Tavion Blue, who's going to be wrestled down after a 6-yard gain. Play action again, doing a lot of that, but a read here. What a play made here by Vincent Valentine. You're seeing these 2 backup running backs come in and make an immediate impact on this offense. Vincent Valentine was also able to score a rushing touchdown last week. And Haynes had 2 of them on 24 carries for 124 yards. And they give him a carry. And again, I mean, I don't know what's going on with this offensive line, but that is the 2nd time they've ran the football, and it is a holding penalty. This time it's on CT London. They're really shooting themselves in the foot early in this game. A motion back and forth. Play action again, and Shanahan is sacked. They might want to put that play action up, because right now, I mean, you have not established a run game. Every time you try to run the football, somebody's holding. And this defense, they're not really going to be falling for it like that. Great job by Don Watts Jr., former Georgia Bulldog. Came straight down the middle. Second and 28. And there's a flag again. Holding on the offense. Wow, this is on Fernando. 3 different holding penalties. I don't know what's going on with this line up front, but that's got to be the most holding penalties I think we've had this season early in the game. Shanahan running for his life, can't throw the football away, sacked And it's 4th and 48. Brought down by the brother of Drew Brewer. That is Seth Brewer. And I guess it's a good thing he didn't throw that. That was about to be intercepted. That's if he could even reach it out there to the nearest receiver. And the Hogs, man, this line causing serious issues with those penalties. And no fair catch called here. Tackle's going to be made shy of the 30, and the Red Dragons offense back out onto the field. Made Swiss cheese out of this Hogs defense last time. See if they do it again. And an awkward play there. It was actually not a bad read by Savoy, but ran too close on his lineman to really step into that throw. 1st and 10. He will fire over the middle. Catch is made by McIntosh. Big 3rd down and 4. Hits the drag underneath. There is nobody around Henderson. There's another injury to a Red Dragon. This time it's Desmond. It's their speedy guy. Like to have him back. Right now, 10-point lead. Pass rush has not been able to get there. There goes a completion out to E.J. Bailey. The rookie out of Washington almost gets the 1st down. E.J. Bailey's been having a sensational rookie season late in this season for the Red Dragons. And there goes another dime. He's still on his feet. Henderson catching on the sideline to the 31. And Anthony Savoy has looked incredible. I mean, I haven't seen, since they've gone on that winning streak with him, honestly, they haven't lost since they've got on the streak. I know they lost their last game of the season, but they did not play their starters in that game. But ever since then, I mean, this guy has been locked in and has to be the most accurate quarterback in the league right now. It's completed over the middle. The kid gets blasted, still holds on to the ball. It has a 5-yard gain. Overthrown this time, trying to go to Bailey. A little bit of a late hit there by A.W. Must be some frustration. It's lucky that wasn't flagged. 3rd and 5. And wide open is Kidd across the middle. They try to sell out on an all-out blitz to see if they can fluster Savoy, and that just did not work. He knew exactly what they were doing and delivered. Now they're in the red zone. There's a run to the outside. Good job by the linebackers there. It's Charles Turner. And that is it for the first quarter of play. It was all Red Dragons. The Hogs starting out extremely sloppy. 3 holding penalties that have killed any offensive drive they try to get going. And the Red Dragons offense moving with ease against a top 3 rated defense. They just do not have any answers for Anthony Savoy and cannot pressure him. They got a solid offensive line, so they've been holding well against the pass rush. They're going to throw over the middle of the field. Catch is made. And that is a solid gain of 7 yards. There's just nothing that this Hogs defense seemed to be able to do. There's a throw and a 1st down. They're going to say catch is still made by Grayson LeCavalier. How about that? The LeCavalier brothers still in the playoffs. You saw the Snowhawks win with Ryan LeCavalier. He scored a touchdown. And here goes a run with LeCavalier, trying to stretch it outside. He is blown up in the backfield for a loss of 2. Trips look to the left side. Quickly throws inside, blasted at the 6. An empty set. Got to watch out for a potential scramble here, too, if you're the Hogs. A lot to worry about with Anthony Savoy, but they got him for a sack. Big time play up the middle by Kevontae Ryans. Kevontae Ryans is in the first ever RFL college series, played for Stanford. Doesn't have the best overall, but big time impact playmaker on this line for years now. So they'll still keep this a 2-score game. On the left hash, a field goal attempt to make it 13-0, and it's good. We saw the Red Dragons kind of play just like this last week. I mean, they could have dominated the Aviators by way more than they did. Ended up pulling out that game 30-20. I mean, honestly, we could be looking at a game that could be 21-0 right now. And honestly, it's really due to the slow start here by this Hogs offense. And you got to put it on that offensive line early on. 3 holding penalties that really killed a few really good runs. Good thing they don't get any penalties there on that play, as the draw will grant 5 yards. Vincent Valentine checking in. They'll run it again. Here goes Valentine. These backs are getting it. Gets to midfield, first down. And this is, again, no Haynes involved. I think you just got to keep with the run game to take that pressure off of Ronnie Shanahan. He's already thrown an interception off the play action. And there they go, up the gut with Hayes. Better job this time by the Red Dragons, and they'll wrap them up with just 1 yard. They'll still be in the backfield. They are going to need Shanahan to come through with some plays, though, soon. And there goes Hayes, killing it on the ground to the 35. I mean, I did not expect this run game to still be this amazing without Shivers. But the 1-2 punch between Valentine and Hayes has just been something special to watch. And there they go again. Big run. Valentine this time to the 21. Just trading off backs. This is how you get this offense in the game. They'll look to pass. Shanahan throws. Got a man to the end zone. Touchdown, Hogs. Tavion Blue. Former Wisconsin Badger able to win his one-on-one battle across the middle. And how about Shanahan staying in the pocket, delivering a good, but that was a one-hand catch. Didn't even notice that. Literally caught that with one hand and got in the end zone untouched. Tavion Blue scoring the first Hog score. And we have cut this deficit in half and more with this extra point by Ross Goss Pending. And there we go. 13-7, 6 plays, 71 yards, and it's all thanks to the run game, which has just been absolutely phenomenal. This is a true top-tier run offense. Doesn't matter who you got in the backfield, you got to give the credit to the offensive line. They are moving these defenders up front. Anthony Savoy has been moving this offense too, though. He's done a phenomenal job. Of course, the last couple of drives, though, has been some field goals. Throw, that's batted at the line of scrimmage. Tried to quickly throw one out to Sean McClure, and Savoy already on his back there. Must have had some pressure coming. And Savoy, I think he sees something in his defense. Audible being called. Throws over the middle of the field, nearly intercepted right into the hands of Matthew Hall. That could have been the big play that the Hogs needed to get right back into this game, and now they got to deal with a 3rd and 10, which the San Diego Red Dragons have been amazing in this situation. It's going to be picked off anyway. This is Strickland. Gets to the 21-yard line. First down, Cincinnati. This defense was going to show up at some point. You saw the pressure a little bit up the middle. It was actually a guy falling. Bad read here by Savoy. You rarely see those. You got to take advantage of them. Didn't take advantage of that potential interception at last play, Hall, but Strickland says, not going to let him get by twice. And here is an opportunity for the Hawks to potentially take the lead. You got to stick with the ground game. Single back on I formation. We're going to call a toss play. And wow, he gets the blocks for that. Stiff arm. Nearly's got enough for the first down. You know the run game's the real deal anytime you can get success out of a toss play. There's an empty set with Ronnie Shanahan. Not really sure about this play call unless it's something quick. And it is something quick. Good ball. First and goal. Randy Shropshire. He got that out of his hands immediately off the snap. And I say ground and pound it the whole way through. If you're Cincinnati, they're going to throw. And that is 2 yards. Second and goal at the 5. I think they need to stay away from that here near the red zone. Run the ball. Go with what's helped you succeed against this defense. Another toss play, and he's got the blocks, and it's a touchdown for the Hogs. They're an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Wow. 2 successful toss plays at the goal line? Look at this line block, though. I am extremely shocked on how great this Hogs offensive line is at blocking. I mean, you take away those penalties early on, and this offensive line is getting the job done. Extra point, and it went from a 13-0 ball game to a 14-13 game. 14 unanswered points here by the Hogs, and that momentum has quickly flipped. And that's something, if you're going up against the Hogs, this defense starts to get fired up. That is not what you want. Red Dragon's going to take this one from the 8. We'll get to the 28-yard line. And out comes Anthony Savoy. Managed to get a pick on him. Trips look to the right side. They're going to run it. And tackle is going to be made. Nice run by LeCavalier, so he'll get 6 yards. Must be an injury or something to DJ Scott. Now, DJ Scott's in, so it looks like Coach Davis is rotating their backfield. Motion back and forth. And the catch going to be made by E.J. Bailey. First down. E.J. Bailey may be a rookie, but boy, he's got some crazy size on him at 6'6". Tough to overthrow that guy. And a throw to McIntosh on an out route, good for 5 yards. This has been quite the entertaining first half of play. Got it down at the line of scrimmage again. Anthony Savoy, just a few passes getting away from him. Pressure, and he is going to be sacked on the play. And this is a name that's getting some playing time due to the injury of Kason Fine. That is Isaac Evans, former Baylor Bear, coming through to bring up 4th down. This defense getting locked in. And the return will end at the 25, and here goes Jacob Haynes and how he's done splitting carries with Vincent Valentine, who probably has more yards than him. 5 carries for 35 yards, ran in for a touchdown, and it's Valentine who's checked in right now with Shanahan to his left. They go play action. And every time they've called play action, it has not ended up good. I think they just need to stay away from that. And get right back to the ground game. Should have started off with the run. Guess tried to catch him off guard with that play action. Heavy blitz, throws over the middle. Wow, that's an awkward tackle, but he literally just dropped dead off the hip. Sylvester Leach getting the ball there, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They're going with an empty set. Last time was a quick snap, catch, and throw, and Ronnie Shanahan misses the open target. He had Shropshire for days on the inside in. Could not hit him. It's a big miss. So they punt this one off. And that one kind of direct. Opportunity for the Red Dragons to take the lead back. Trips look to the right side. And Savoy fires. It is broken up, incomplete. What a play by Hall. Could not get that interception before, but old vets squaring off against each other. And Hall used to be a former Crusader. Picked up in free agency, and well, he has been very impactful. And how about Charles Turner running him down and making a tackle for no gain? His defense legit. Quick throw. It is intercepted again. This is Anthony Washington at the 39-yard line. Hogs with excellent field position and a chance to take advantage of extending their lead. And I said again, at some point, this defense was going to show itself. And look at how Anthony Washington jumped that. That is just simply having an inexperienced wide receiver out there, unable to create separation against the star vet. Wow. Shanahan will look to throw. And wow, fits it in there. What a catch by Leach. 4 yards. He'll go empty set. Not sure about having Shanahan throwing these passes, and again, that's where that height factor kind of comes into play. Only 5'9", could not get it above the line there. 3rd and 6. Shropshire's wide open, but so is Godfrey, and there goes the first timeout called by Cincinnati. Good read there by Shanahan. Of course, that easier read of that spot was open, but the bigger play on the slant was there too, and he made it. There's a throw. Oh, man, if he had been able to put that on the money, that would have been a dime and a half from Shanahan. It was a great read, just slightly off target. And another missed throw with an open target. He had Godfrey. It's getting a little risky here. Shanahan. He's got a spy on him, but it's not going to matter. He's going to scramble for it. Timeout called by San Diego in the Hogs. Looking for their 17th point unanswered on the board as Ross Goss knocks it through. 17-13 Cincinnati. And it's Cincinnati who gets the football to start the second half. This kick is off. They'll field it from the 7. Ooh, big hit. 19 seconds, 2 timeouts, and explosive offense, but Savoy has thrown 2 interceptions this game. It's been a while since he's done that. They're going out here empty set. And they're going to go with a quarterback draw. But he kind of got shifty on. They'll call a timeout. Just one more timeout remaining. They're at their own 36. Last time, he only threw 2 interceptions this season. One time, that was back in Week 11 against the Oklahoma City Bisons. And we have 8 seconds left on the clock. They're not in field goal range, but a great play by E.J. Bailey, making up for getting picked on earlier. 5 seconds left. They're going to try this one. This is a 57-yarder from the right hash. Can the rookie Ajayi knock it through? Yes, he does. 57 yards out. Just tucked it in. That was huge. 1 second remaining here as the score streak comes to an end for Cincinnati. And Ronnie Shanahan, the rookie, will come out here and take the knee to go into the half with a 1-point lead, 17-16. What a first half. These guys battling to see who will go to the ARC Championship. Hogs on top by a point. Get those halves or whatever you want to put in the chat. But the last game of the week will be the Miners and the Celtic Tigers to see who will face whoever wins this game in the ARC Championship. So definitely want to make sure that you tune in to all the games in the playoffs, as they just all have lived up to the hype, man. I mean, you just was able to see the Snowhawks, though they did get a dominant victory over the Shamrocks, which we kind of expected. There was some issues, though, when you looked at that offense a little bit. They did struggle, but the defense was just absolutely incredible. We're going to see who the Snowhawks are going to be facing in the NRC Championship game based off who wins tomorrow's game between the San Jose Condors and the Mexico City Diablos. So make sure you tune in 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night for that one. And then again, like I said, Miners and Celtic Tigers on Friday. I'll be in the booth calling that game to see who faces the winner of this one. But with that being said, let me know in the chat who you guys got winning this one after what you've seen in the first half. Hogs, Red Dragons, Part 2 on the way. And it is the Hogs who will start out with the football. It'd be great if they can make an offensive statement. It was a good return to start things out at least. Ronnie Shanahan got picked off, but he was able to toss in a touchdown. And his fellow teammate in the backfield was able to run one in. I think if you're the Hogs, you got to establish the run game immediately. They'll come out here, single back with Shanahan under center, looking to pass, heavy blitz, throws, and it is deflected. That's the defensive end dropping back in coverage there. They had an opportunity on that other drag route. Ronnie Shanahan did not see it. And they start out with a pass. They do run here. And a good job by San Diego, as they will just hold that to a 3-yard gain. Shanahan in the 3rd and 7. He's going to have to pull them out of this situation. And he is getting sacked for the 2nd time by Seth Brewer. 4th down. So the Red Dragons defense comes out here, and they're the ones to make a statement. And they actually ended that first half on a great note with that field goal. That was from deep, from 57 yards. That's a momentum builder. And let's see if that energy has impacted this Red Dragons offense moving forward here. Here's a great play by Charles Turner, former Alabama Crimson Tide linebacker here, hitting some acrobatics too. Blows that player. He's been all over the place today. This linebacker core is no joke. That's with them missing a guy too. Anthony Savoy will throw. He's got the completion. Obey Kid is close. 2 yards shy. 3rd and 2. And they are They're going to motion Henderson back and forth. Looking to pass for the first down here. Checks it down. And what a great open field tackle made by Strickland. That is a big task right there. You've seen a lot of people one-on-one with big 2-5 not secure that tackle. But all that space. Strickland, who's got an interception in this game, also come up with that big third down stop and forcing this punt. Hogs just got some great defensive players, man. And here goes the punt. This one angling towards the right. This is going to be fielded. He's got some good blocks out there. Anthony Washington returns some kicks, gets to the 30. And Shanahan right back out onto the field. AW, I don't know why you keep getting back in the returning lineup, man. But you just do. Hopefully you don't get banged up. High formation, they will run the ball, and this is exactly what they need to do. Even though it's a grind out of casual 3 yards, you take those yards and you build from it. The run game is what this offense is built off of. Gotta keep with it. Shanahan trying to fire over the middle, and honestly, some double coverage there on blue. He was able to score a touchdown earlier. This defense is playing tough early on. And Shanahan throws this one away. Coverage was definitely tight for a second there. Kind of thought that might have been intercepted had that have been accurate. And a quick 3 and out by the Dragons. And no fair catch call, brought down at the 24, and there's another injury here to a Red Dragon, and that's a big one, as they're going to lose their starting corner in Avante Celestin. Man, out there on special teams, lose a guy like that, that's tough. That's actually they're still their starting corner, but cornerback number 2. And Savoy over the middle, Obey Kid wrapped up immediately by Dion Bowe, former Miami Hurricane. Trying to get that run game going, and boy, middle is wide open, good blocks. And we're kind of seeing a stage where really both of these teams need to get that run game established. I mean, you saw early on, not really too much, but there was some... Oh, another interception! Freddie McAllister making a play on that one down to the 44. That is 3 picks on Anthony Savoy. This Hogs defense continues to ball out. That is the most interceptions he's thrown in a single game here, man. Trying to go to Obey Kid and Freddie McAllister, former defensive back, not defensive back, but defensive rookie of the year back in his time. I believe it was season 5 or 6, one of those years. He is still a beast out there at the corner position. Shanahan got him still throwing a rock. That's incomplete. Godfrey cannot hold on. And as I said, I mean, just doing way too much passing. And this is just a team that needs to be throwing the ball. You keep putting this in the hands of Ronnie Shanahan, and you're not going to get the best results. But that is a great result right there. And who remembers this guy? Dijon Nails, former Bama Crimson Tide. You're asking a lot out of this rookie, and he came through right there. But you don't want to have it be a consistent thing, as we'll strike again. Godfrey makes the catch, 7-yard gain. You got a strong I formation. This is where they need to start running the ball. And that they will. Haynes power up a little bit. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm running. But they're in the gun. Based off this formation, highly doubted, but Shanahan got to be careful here. He throws, and oh, it was almost still caught by Leach, but he got blasted in between 2 defenders and just could not hold on. And wow, Hogs are being aggressive and going for it. We'll see if it pays off. This is risky. Throws, and he hangs on this time. First down, Hogs. Sylvester Leach said, give me that rock again. And he moves the chain. That was almost an even harder hit than the last one he took. And we still got Shanahan out here throwing it. That should have been intercepted right there by Zion Waddles, being conservative. Good play on the ball regardless. But they're doing too much here. Savoy still throwing. I said Savoy. Shanahan on a lot of passes. It's a 3-yard gain. And they're going to need him here on a 3rd and long. Let's see if he's able to convert. He will fire, and oh my goodness, he's got a man. First down, Godfrey. Wow. Caleb Godfrey open on the crossing route, and Shanahan is actually driving these guys through. And we'll see the Hogs, if they can establish the run game right now after the successful passing drive, and that's going to work wonders. There's a run. Trying to bounce it outside, but getting caught up as linemen just cannot flushly seal the edge. We'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Hogs are going to send some pressure. We'll see if Ronnie picks up on that. He feels the pressure immediately, catches me. Sylvester Leach to the end zone. Touchdown, Hogs. What a drive by the rookie, Ronnie Shanahan. Saw that blitz pressure coming in, throws the ball across his body. Hits Leach, and the blocks are all sealed up, and they are an extra point away from an 8-point lead. And there it is, 24-16, 11 plays, 57 yards. The Red Dragons, man, these guys were up 13-0 at one point, and they are really struggling against this Hogs defense. They've picked Anthony Savoy off 3 times. And how about this? This is how you get things fired up. Nice little return there. He'll start him at the 31. And Anthony Savoy, man, he has had it rough against this Hogs defense. They are not playing around. Anthony Washington, you see him right there jumping the football. Freddie McAllister getting a pick. At Strickland get a pick. 3 different DBs coming up huge here. We'll see if Savoy can get the train going. We're going to start out some play action. Savoy look to scramble, and there he goes with the speed. Wisely slide. Does not want to take any unnecessary contact that could potentially lose them the football. So just a great decision by Anthony Savoy. They will look to run, and Scott muscles his way forward for the first down. Red Dragons knows what's at stake here. Score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and can tie this thing right on up. We still haven't even reached the 4th quarter. What a game it has been. The Red Dragons looking to get right back into their carve-ups mode. And here they go. This has a 6-yard gain to McClure. Trips look to the left side here. Henderson. Then his go-to guy had him on a motion, and McIntosh gets absolutely leveled, and this is a huge loss for the Hogs. He and Dever, their other premier edge rusher, goes down. So now that is really going to give more than likely ample time for Savoy in the pocket. We'll see if they'll take advantage of this. Immediately, the guy taking over for him comes in, gets flipped. And that's a 9-yard gain to McIntosh. I mean, they are just dinking and dunking, taking whatever is there. And that's usually, how they've been really operating things. It's a great-looking drive for the Red Dragons right now, as they're able to move the chains to 31. Anthony Savoy looking to bounce back after a rough set of drives he's been on recently. Empty set. Savoy throws, lasers that one in, and there goes Obey Kid. That is more than likely the final play of the third, so get your fours ready. This is it. The fourth and final quarter is on the way. 14 more minutes. The Hogs have come back, but the Red Dragons are looking to tie it all up on this drive they're currently on. 24-16 is the score. Who's going to the ARC Conference Championship? Savoy looking like he's going to clutch this one out as he is in the gun. Motion back and forth. Quickly throws. E.J. Bailey's got the catch. That's 3 yards. This defense has given up 16 points in this one. You see the season rank. They're saying it 30th. But that is definitely incorrect. This defense is actually ranked second in terms of points allowed per game. Only allowing 18 on average this season. There's a quick throw over the middle of that spot route. And the Hogs, they leave that spot route open again. And they love to throw that and call that, especially down here in the red zone. There goes E.J. Bailey in motion. And a bad ball by Savoy. Had him open right there for the touchdown. Maybe got too excited. And it's 4th down. And here they go. They're going to be aggressive and go for it. I mean, even if you don't get this, you pin them right at near their own end zone. Savoy over the middle, and it is caught for 1st and goal. What a catch by Obey Kid. That is big. Why aren't they running? Anthony Savoy, watch out for that quarterback draw. Last time they got in that formation. He's going to call his own QB looking draw and scramble anyway. And there it is. Touchdown Dragons. 2-point conversion on the way. Look at the line. Literally double teaming Stevenson, throwing him in the end zone with Savoy. Savoy doesn't even get touched until he breaks the plane. And here we go. Are they going to be able to knot this one up? Back and forth motion. And Savoy looking to scramble, and they will get him. 2 points are no good. That's huge for the Hogs defense right there. Savoy tried to conjure up some magic. Just didn't happen. Hogs offense has been in full swing. They'll take this one from the 4-yard line down at the 26. Here's a chance for the Hogs to run the ball. I know Ronnie Shanahan had a good-looking drive, but again, you don't want to put too much on the kid to try to put this game away. And there they go. Starting out with a run, but only 2 yards. Haynes got a 4.5 yard per carry average, though. You haven't seen too much of Valentine. He'll check in right now. He usually gets those outside zone runs. We'll see if they call one here. They actually look to pass, and here goes a strike. Shanahan falls a yard short with that completion. Look at this offense. 335 total yards of offense, ranked 31st in the league, though. I think you should give this one to Haynes up the gut. Formation, though, looks like a toss potentially there. They're actually look to pass, and that is going to be a big completion. Rainey Shropshire still going. Gets to the 30, it's going to be the 26-yard line. What a play. That's a great read by Ronnie Shanahan, and they're still putting their faith in this kid, and he is delivering right now. I don't know what's happened to him in these last 3 weeks, but his game has just completely changed. But can he keep it going here? I think you got to run that ball to ease that pressure up off of him. Still too much. The result in too much, and there it is. What a juke move. Valentine still going. Gets to the 5-yard line. This kid's got 60 yards on 5 carries. How about this backfield? I don't even think you need to use Ronnie anymore at this point. 5 yards away. Here goes a toss play. Has worked for him every time, but not that time. Great job by Jack Higgins. They're right back in the eye. Only Sylvester Leach out there as receiver. They will still keep with the ground game. Haynes going nowhere. All right, Shanahan going to have to be careful here. Ball at the 10-yard line. Can he find somebody to win it? He's going to scramble to the end zone. Touchdown, Ronnie Shanahan. This kid is balling. Unbelievable. Did the only thing he could on that play. The coverage was excellent, but nobody to spy on Ronnie. That is 3 touchdowns. And here is the extra point attempt to put them up by 9. And it's good. 31-22. Wow. That 2-point conversion that they did not convert on has now made it a 2-possession game. Still a lot of time left here, though, for the Red Dragons. We saw them drive down the field nicely that last time. Oh, man. Dangerous looking return. Cavalier almost broke free. Obey Kid already 103 yards first game back. I mean, he's been killing. Hasn't seen the end zone yet. Maybe on this drive. But we'll see how things turn out. 7 minutes and 57 seconds left. They're going to run the football, and the defense is going to hold Scott to just 1 yard, and that has been the difference maker here in this one. The Hogs have done a phenomenal job against the run for the most part here. DJ Scott's ripped off a few big ones, but he has not really dictated this game. He's made this one possession. No, not one possession, but one-dimensional. There's a throw. Inches short of the first down. Anthony Savoy, this is a big drive for him. Can he lead these Red Dragons down the field? He's got good time in the pocket. Goes deep, and good defense broken up, incomplete. And there goes that man again. Strickland knocking it away, and Red Dragons, yep, had a feeling they were going to go for it. Looks like they might pass too. Savoy changing things up, and they absolutely have to get this. There goes a motion. Quick throw, and it is caught for first down. That's a big grab by the tight end, Tyler Henderson. Looks like that play was strictly designed for him to get, and Anthony Savoy just knew it. Savoy sacked on the play by multiple Hog defenders. Harrison getting back there, and I also believe Charles Turner, 2nd and 16. Usually you give them space, though. Opens up their passing attack, so we'll see if Savoy can pair a couple of throws. If he even needs that, he'll loft one up, and it is caught on the sidelines. Like I said, a dime thrown over the shoulder of McIntosh. First down. You couldn't have placed that any better. And this is working on Strickland. Strickland just did not, just a slight hesitation to get over there. And that's all it takes when you go up against a good quarterback such as Savoy. Despite the 3 interceptions, I mean, he's been, for the most part, very efficient within this game. Of course, he would love to have those back, but you know how he can dissect the defenses. He is dissecting the Hogs right now, just little by little. He's got those interceptions. He feels out the way, those plays behind him. And he's looking to bring his team back for a win. Underneath drag, and it is caught by Kidd. First down. That drag has been money. Savoy Fires over the middle, and again, those underneath routes have done damage to the Hogs. Honestly, they can run the football right here. This looks like they're in a passing defense. Will throw over the middle, and it is caught into heavy traffic for the touchdown. Tyler Henderson hanging on. How did he even squeeze that in? That looked dangerous for a second. Look at this, throws across his body. And Deion Bowe and Chris Dixon there to sandwich him. It didn't even matter. And they don't need to worry about going for 2 here. Field goal, an extra point attempt, will make it a 2-possession game, which means if they just get a stop and they are able to knock a field goal down. We saw them knock one from 57 yards out. So they've got some distance to make it from all the way from the 40-yard line. They get a stop on Shanahan and the Hogs. That's all they need. 2-point game. They will take this one from about the 2. This return ends at the 23. Ronnie Shanahan has looked absolutely phenomenal. And here's a few of the tape plays that he's made so far to show it. First touchdown pass right there to Tavion Blue. He had a touchdown pass right there to Leach. And he ran one in as well. And the Hogs need to run the ball here and try to kill some of that clock. They're going to pass though with Shanahan, and it is still caught by Blue. Big catch. Looks like some pressure coming down at the bottom of the screen, the left side for Shanahan and the Hogs. Again, we'll have to see if they call it out, but that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we're almost to the point the Red Dragons need a stop right here. Single back formation. Shanahan going to hand it off, and Haynes is stopped. This 3rd and 3. This is big. Red Dragons just need one more stop for a chance for a comeback win. Single back formation. They're going to run for it, and it's a first down by Haynes. That may have just sealed it. Wow. But they're coming out here in a passing formation. They're running Haynes, and that is their final timeout called. They'll lose a yard too, so there's still a chance here for the Red Dragons. All they need is 2 more stops. Wouldn't have too much time to work with, but hey, opportunity. And they're looking as though they're going to pass here. It's a draw play. Good tackle. And they might have some decent time to work with. Shanahan, 3rd and 10. If they ask him to pass, it's going to be a huge deal. I'll probably run the ball. They're going to let Shanahan throw it. He will fire, and it is broken up incomplete. I don't know about that. Hogs got a chance. Excuse me, Red Dragons have a chance. All they need to do is get in the field goal range, and it's pretty much all she wrote for the Hogs. We saw Savoy get them to the 40-yard line before the end of the first half, and Ajayi was able to connect and get 3 points on the board. It's crazy. You take away that game, that right there, probably would have ended the game, and now there's a chance for him to win this. Or Savoy can just go down the field, score himself. There's a throw, completed. Time is winding down. There's no timeouts for Savoy at their own 29-yard line. Quick throw underneath. Tackle is made quickly again. The time is running down. Just 20 seconds remaining. They need a big play real quick. Savoy is going to, what is he doing? Throws, and he misses it. 10 seconds is all that's left. He tried to extend the play. Would have liked to see him run and scramble somehow out of bounds. but this is it. No timeouts. Can they get out of bounds and get in the field goal range somehow? Savoy throws it away. This is it. 5 seconds. And I think we're going to get the old-fashioned Hail Mary bomb. Here it is. The Hogs got to avoid PI. If they get a pass interference, this game over. And what are the Red Dragons doing? Terrible decision there. They throw a quick out route. It's broken up, incomplete, and the Cincinnati Hogs have upset the Red Dragons and will advance on to the ARC championship game for the second time in franchise history. What a game. Ronnie Shanahan has done it. Wow. Now I've been peeping the chat, man. How about the Madden Sim Gods now? The Hogs get it done and stop one of the hottest teams in the league. This postseason couldn't have gotten any more crazier. Anthony Savoy has had one of the best, well, his best season almost of his career. And he throws 3 interceptions in this game. Anyone who's playing the Hogs moving forward, you got to be concerned. That defense is the real deal, and Shanahan is starting to develop into something serious as they get the victory over Coach Davis and the Red Dragons by 2 points. Final score 31-29. But that is going to be it for me. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator. Here's a look at what's coming up tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. The Condors and the Diablos going at it to see who will take on the Snowhawks in the NRC Championship. That is going to be a great game. And man, shout out to the Red Dragons. Great season still, despite the loss. Looking forward to see what Coach Davis does with this squad moving forward. I know they're a little bit of an older team he's got to build on, but great year. He looks like he's got Savoy back on the right track despite this rough loss. But that's it for me. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator. And I will see you guys on Friday for my game. Well, actually, I'll see you guys in the chat Wednesday when Rob calls that Diablos Condors game. Until then, peace.